Viewers, the latest news about the ongoing conflict between Ethiopia, Tigray, and Amhara is that, viewers, as you know, and I have also informed you in many videos that war is going on in Amhara and Tigray region on many fronts. In this video, I will inform you about the ongoing war on three fronts in the Amhara region. In addition to this, many important information has been received that I will share with you in this video. But for the past week, war has been going on the sides of Weldiya on the A2 highway in Amhara region. And Tigray Defense Force soldiers are trying to get control of weldiya. But before getting control on weldiya, Tigray Defense Force soldiers trying to close the main roads coming to weldiya city. And several images have been received in which a large number of citizens are leaving the weldiya city. On the other hand, Tigray Defense Force soldiers are moving towards Dilb. And according to reports from several Tigray Defense Force sources, Tigray Defense Force soldiers have reached the sides of the Dilb. And near Dilb, war is going on between Ethiopian National Defense Force, its allies, and Tigray Defense Force. As you can see on the map on the screen, Dilb is located near Weldiya on the B30 highway. If Tigray Defense Force soldiers gain control over Dilb, then they can move towards Gashina and Weldiya through B30 highway. On the other hand, the heavy war near Weldiya continues on the sides of Hra Gebeya. According to reports received from several sources, Tigray Defense Force soldiers have reached near the road connecting Afar and Weldiya city. And Hra Gebeya is also located on the same road. Fighting has been going on for several days on this front in order to get control of the weldiya. But yet, Tigray Defense Force soldiers could not gain control over Hra Gebeya. While Kobo and Koborobit still under the control of Tigray Defense Force, and Ethiopian National Defense Force is trying its best to regain control over Kobo and Koborobit. On the other hand, reports have also been received from Tigray Defense Force sources that more Tigray Defense Force soldiers are being deployed on the sides of Hra Gebeya. And heavy war is in Amhara region continues at Bilanta and Abergele on the Amhara-Tigray border. According to reports, thousands of soldiers of the Ethiopian National Defense Force are being deployed on this front. According to the latest updates, Abergele is still under the control of Tigray Defense Force. And several Ethiopian sources were claiming that the Ethiopian National Defense Force and its allies had entered Abergele. But reports have been received from several reliable sources that Abergele is completely under the control of Tigray Defense Force, and fighting is going on the sides of Abergele inside Amhara region between Ethiopian National Defense Force, its allies, and Tigray Defense Force. With thousands of Ethiopian National Defense Force and its allies are being deployed on this front. Since Abergele is located at the Amhara-Tigray border in the Tigray region, the strategy of the Ethiopian National Defense Force is to enter the Tigray region from Abergele and move towards central capital Mekele. Where huge number of Tigray Defense Force soldiers have been deployed at Abergele location, which are preventing the Ethiopian National Defense Force and its allies from entering the Tigray region from this front. Whereas Abergele is one of the districts of Ethiopia or Vridas in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. And Abergele is bordered on the south by the Hemra zone of Amhara region, then by the Tekeze river on the west, which separates it from North Gondar zone of Amhara region, and on the north by Kola Temben, and on the east by Deguatemben, and on the southeast by the Dibab. Whereas the administrative center of this worida is Ichila, and other towns in Abergele include Sile and Jijike. Whereas Abergele is one of the low-lying districts of central Tigray, and the Tankwa River, which originates near Hagre Silem, flows through this worida and joins the Giba just north of Jijike. It further feeds the Tigray River, and the Tigray Dam is also located in this worida. So this is a very important worida in the Tigray region, and Ethiopian National Defense Force now trying to gain control of Abergele, and heavy fighting is still going on in the sides of Abergele inside the Amhara region. Whereas on the other hand, Ethiopia is one of 6 countries the United Nations has singled out for having people at risk of starvation. Millions in the country's south and east are grappling with alarming levels of hunger and malnutrition due to one of the worst droughts in decades. Communities in conflict affected areas in the country's north rely on humanitarian assistance, but it is in the Tigray region specifically where a severe starvation crisis has persisted for over a year and could be resolved through government actions. Since the outbreak of war in Tigray in November 2020, Ethiopian forces and their allies have frequently violated the laws of war. They pillaged and targeted homes and civilians infrastructure, crimes that Tigrayan forces would later replicate in other regions. And while shutting off basic services and severely obstructing aid to civilians caught up in the fighting, then the authorities imposed an effective siege on the entire region, keeping out virtually all humanitarian assistance for civilians in violation of Ethiopian domestic law, international human rights, and humanitarian law. For the first 8 months of the conflict, Ethiopian forces and their allies pillaged businesses, hospitals, banks, livestock, and harvest, leaving the region dependent on assistance. And the impact of this destruction has been devastating. It has prevented people from getting health care, food, and other basic services, and stymied the recovery of a health system broken by the conflict. For months, federal and regional forces blocked off the road, making it nearly impossible for private actors or humanitarian agencies to carry in medical supplies or food. Supplies decreased to alarming levels. Organization Human Rights Watch spoke to doctors in February who had treated dozens of survivors of a deadly drone strike without access to intravenous fluids or protect gloves. And a journalist who traveled to Tigray in late May and early June told us he saw hunger everywhere. In just the United Nations warned that 1 out of 3 Tigrayan children under the age of 5 is acutely malnourished. So viewers, so far the latest update. For more latest update, please subscribe channel. Thanks for watching.